Howdy, today we're having a look at the Drulov Condor DU-10. It's a target pistol meant for rapid fire shooting. How rapid? Well. Okay, so it's a semi-automatic pellet pistol. What makes that so special? Because the Imrex SA-10 is also a semi-automatic pellet pistol. Now, in order to explain why I think this is unique, we've got to go a little bit backwards just to explain how pellet air pistols mostly work. So, normally they'll have a magazine or a clip of some kind which holds the pellets, and it needs to be indexed to the next shot so that you can get the next pellet. What you also need is a hammer, which is going to be under spring tension to hit a valve to let air out. Now, in the case of a revolver like this, you can either choose to do this where you pull the hammer back. What that does is it actually indexes the next shot and pulls the hammer back. So a lot of the work has been done for you already, so the trigger pull is incredibly short and light. However, if you want to do both of them just with the trigger, it's pretty difficult. So if you look at the gun shaking left to right when you do both of them, it may not seem like much, but there's quite a lot of movement at the tip of the barrel. However, if you pull the hammer back, there's almost none. It's just so much lighter. So, getting back to the SA-10. Now this has a rotary pellet magazine. It also has a hammer at the back. And in the movies you always see bad guys cocking the gun, whatever. What's that's doing is actually cocking the hammer. So that makes half the work done already. However, it's not going to index the magazine to the next shot. Every time you take a shot, a little bit of gas comes in and makes the slide blow back. So it will always cock the hammer for you after that initial manual cock. However, the indexing happens with the trigger. So it's going to be kind of almost the same as the revolver, where it's a longer, mushier pull where you actually feel it doing the mechanism of turning it and then releasing everything. So, indeed, what makes this unique? Well, this one, what you do is you open it like that. You see the breech, you drop 5 pellets into the barrel, you close it up, you cock it, and then every time you take a shot, it hits the valve, some air goes out, the blowback action causes this to go back to the front, and it simply just moves the pellets forward. So the trigger is the same all the time, and this is it. It's a very slight movement, and it's incredibly light. So yeah, this is super nice for target pistol practice. Now, going through the usual, how you fill it up and blah, blah, blah. So you screw the bottom off. It reveals a little puncture pin for the CO2 capsule. So you throw ass in first. You put that up. Now, before you close it fully, it's important to know that you have to cock the gun. And the whole reason for this is the hammer spring is actually stronger than the valve spring. So if you don't do this first, the valve is open and all the air is just going to go out. So you close this up, and it might get a little bit difficult with your fingers being so close to the handle. So what you can do is, with the tool they provide, is just use this for leverage. So once you've punctured it, the air is now in. What you can do is you can then put it on safe. You can put your pellets in, take it off, and then you can fire, and it will just reset. Now the whole thing about why the hammer spring is stronger than the valve spring, as I understand it, is because this is a target pistol, you don't want to be shooting with when the gas level is so low that's going to affect your accuracy pretty badly. So when there isn't enough pressure left, on the last shot, the hammer spring will hit and then just release the last bit of the gas. Now you might think that this wastes quite a lot of gas. It really doesn't. I get about 70 really, really good shots out of this with just one CO2 capsule. And on the last bit, you just hear a tiny pfft of the last bit of gas going out. So the whole system is tuned and just works really, really well. Now, before I go shoot, I don't know which hand I'll use. This is a right-handed grip, of course. It's very nice, but it's a little bit small. However, it actually does fit in the left hand as well. So we'll see which hand I choose, and hell, why not both? We'll see. Let's do that now. Okay, so honestly I'm pretty annoyed with myself on that first shot. As you saw, I was shooting left-handed, and I wasn't holding the grip tight enough on the first one, and I got a flyer. If we're being kind to me and ignoring my stupidity, and once I saw the gun move and I held tighter, we've got about a 12mm group. Now obviously that wouldn't happen as easily as if you're holding it right-handed, seeing as your hand fits, it's really tight in your hand. So shoot it like a normal person, you'll probably be fine. As for loudness, this is about 107.5 decibels, and there's no way to attach a moderator of any kind. So it's not really indoor friendly. Alright, so a few things before I go. This gun is from the 80s, so I have a duplicate of the manual, and in here it says, using height quality target pellets such as the RWS Meisterkugeln ensures reliable and trouble-free operation. Well, amusingly, the Meisterkugelns that I have were the only ones that caused a problem. Now, who knows, maybe the pellets have changed in the 30 years, 40 years, God I'm old, since then. Every single other flat nose pellet that I've tried has given me no issues. The Meisterkugelns turned this into a fully automatic. It would just fire all 5 pellets. So, being from the 80s, this actually is probably not that easy to get your hands on. However, this is new old stock that I got a few months ago, so maybe not that difficult. If you want to remove the handle, it comes with a tool. And what you do is you take the CO2 capsule off, you put this down in, and you rotate, and you keep rotating, and eventually this little ring will come off, which allows you to remove that. So, coming from the 80s, there's a newer version called the Drulov 21, which follows pretty much the same form factor, except it's not semi-automatic, and you'd have to load the pellets one by one. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I really like this pistol, obviously. If it wasn't so loud, I'd be using it all the time, but yeah, one day. Anyway, till then, stay safe. Bye.